Let me ask you a question. And before you answer, I'm going to invite you to just slow down a little bit. What would you love? Not what should you want, not what are you supposed to do, not what does your family need you to do, not what would make everybody else happy. What would you love? For many women in midlife, that's actually a surprisingly difficult question to answer. And that's exactly what we'll be exploring today. Welcome to True North Success Coaching. Hi, I'm Denise Walsh, and I help women navigate those moments in life when they begin to realize my life looks pretty good from the outside, but something inside is wanting more. Maybe you are at a crossroads. Maybe your children have grown and moved on. Maybe your career no longer feels fulfilling. Maybe you're approaching retirement and you're wondering what comes next. Or maybe nothing dramatic is actually happening at all. You just simply have a feeling that there has to be more than this. So if that sounds familiar, today's question may be an even more important one for you. What would I love now in this moment of my life? Many of us have spent decades being very good at answering a different question. What needs to be done? We raise our families, we build careers, we now take care of our parents, many of us. We support our partners. We show up for our friends. We meet deadlines. We solve problems. We accomplish things. And we're really good at it. But somewhere along the way, we can lose touch with that question of what would I love? What would I love to experience? What would I love to create? What would I love to learn? Where would I love to go? How would I love to spend my time? Who would I love to become? I often hear women say, I feel like there's something wrong with me. My life is good. I should be grateful. But feeling restless doesn't necessarily mean that something's wrong. Sometimes that restlessness is information. It's a clue. It may be telling you that something inside is ready to grow. Maybe you've outgrown an old identity. Maybe you've been putting a dream on hold. Maybe there's a part of you that's waiting for permission to come forward. You don't necessarily have to know exactly what it means, what all that means. You simply become curious. Now, here's something I want you to try. When an idea or a dream comes into your mind, don't immediately ask, how would I ever make that happen? Because trust me, your brain will come up with all kinds of reasons why you can't. Reasons like, I'm too busy. It's too expensive. I'm too old. I don't have the experience. My family needs me right now. That's just simply unrealistic. Instead, I want you to start with this question. Would I love that? That's a very different question with a very different feeling tone. You don't have to figure out the how yet. In fact, in my vision workshops, I actually encourage people to put the how on hold. First, give yourself permission to explore the possibility. So right now, I want you to pause this video if you need to. Go grab some paper and something to write with. And I want you to complete these 5 sentences. We'll do it together. Are you back? You ready? Statement number 1, I want you to finish. I would love to experience. Finish that sentence. Number 2, I would love to create. What would you love to create? Number 3, I would love to learn. What's something you've always wanted to learn? A new language, how to work with AI. Number 4, I would love to have more of. What would you truly love to have more of? Time, money, freedom, impactful relationships, respect, boundaries. What would you love to have more of? Number 5, if I gave myself permission to dream, I would love to. Don't edit yourself. Don't judge your answers. These answers are just for you anyway. Don't ask whether they're realistic. Just write. Now, you might discover that you want something that you've been thinking about for years. You might discover something completely unexpected. Or you might discover that you just don't know yet. And you know what? That's okay. Now, these answers are not a to-do list. They're not something to be checked off. They're clues. They tell you something about what energizes you, what matters to you, what you've been missing, what you're curious about, what makes you feel alive. And as you begin paying attention to or noticing, as my mentor Mary Morrissey taught me, notice what you're noticing. If you notice that these clues, you may start to see a direction emerging. That's part of discovering your true north. So here's my challenge for you this week. Give yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just putting away your phone, forgetting about what you should be doing, and ask yourself, what would I love? Has anyone ever asked you that question before? Have you ever asked that question of yourself before? What would I love? then listen. You don't have to have a 5-year plan. You don't have to make a major decision. And you don't have to know exactly what's next. You simply have to become willing to hear yourself again. And if this conversation resonated with you, if you heard something today, whenever you're watching this video, that really spoke to you, and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I encourage you to do so, because each week I'll be sharing practical coaching tools just like this one to help you create more clarity, more confidence, more purpose, and more possibility at this time in your life. And if you want to go a little bit deeper than we've done here tonight, I've created a free Discover Your True North assessment to help you explore where you are today and what you'd love to create moving forward. You'll find the link with this video below. And remember, you don't have to know exactly where you're going before you begin. Sometimes the journey starts with one simple question. What would I love? I will see you next week.